Well, hey everybody, Joe Sengel here. And you know, I did some different videos on planting my garden and weeding my garden, and I teach this principle about investing, that if you do not invest, there will be no harvest. But if you do invest, in this case, if I invest seed in the ground, you will have a harvest. And so this is Joe the country farmer with my red barn, and let me show you my chickens. I hatched some chickens here. Let's say hi to my little chickens. They don't want to say hi. See them? Those are about 6 weeks old. And these are my laying hens. Yep. Say hi, guys. It's all my girls. Anyhow, I've been saying that if you invest, you can expect a harvest. And so it's the middle of July, and I've put some work in. Not a lot, but some. And I've had to sweat some. Sometimes you got to sweat it out, as I've taught. But if you do that, you will get a harvest. And so I just wanted to just give an update on the harvest. Now, I've had yellow squash, zucchini, okra, sweet corn that was delicious. I've got all these gourds, birdhouse gourds, swan gourds, decorative gourds for the holidays, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, bell peppers, and I've had something called acorn squash and scallop squash, eggplant. And I just wanted to give a minute update of this harvest. And so this is kind of where I've stood. And so this is the garden right now. Take a look at that. That's the corn. And you can see I got eggplant growing here. And one thing I wanted you to see is all of these amazing sunflowers. Look at that. And they're sunflowers, and they're turning to face the east because they like to follow the sun. And those sunflowers right there, they are literally 10, 12 feet tall. Look at that big giant one right there. Isn't that awesome? And so I've got beets growing right there. Look at all those decorative squashes. I don't know if you can see them, those yellow squashes there. I got a big old watermelon growing right there, and right there, and right there. These are those scallop squashes. Look at that. And man, I'll tell you what, it's amazing. By the way, if you invest seed and you have a long time to wait, you'll get another fruit. And this is on a tree right next to my garden. And I don't know if you know what this fruit is right here, but this is a persimmon. And I don't know if you've ever had persimmon cookies, but let me tell you, brothers and sisters, they're awesome. And this right here, mulberry tree, grows wild. And I just sit here just feasting out of this small garden that I planted that just grew up, because I know the principle of investing, and that when I do it, I get to have a harvest. I want you to have a harvest. And so if you're growing a garden, man, I'd love to hear about that. I'd love to hear how it went for you. Didn't get any green beans this year. It's kind of amazing, but the rabbits just kept eating them. I couldn't keep them out of an electric fence. But I'd love to hear about your garden. I'd also love to hear about your financial investments that you're making. How are they working for you? Or are they doing well? And as we do so, I'm going to show you another investment I've made here. That's a chestnut tree. And my twin is part of the chestnut farmers bringing the chestnut back to America. And so we've been testing them here in South Carolina. Newsflash, you might be headed your way soon. As I finish, I'll just show you the beautiful sunset that's happening here on the farm. One of the great rewards of investing, being able to experience greatness like this out in God's creation. And so I encourage you to give me feedback on how your gardens went, how your investments are going, your financial ones. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer those as well. Remember, if you do not invest, there will be no harvest.